Where do you find the right women? That's a question I was recently asked by one of my subscribers, and I want to begin by saying, instead of approaching this question from the angle of where do I find them, approach it from the angle of how can I attract the right woman. Now bear with me here, because a lot of you guys, you probably watch these pickup videos and what to say, and if you just say the right thing, you'll get... No. I want you guys to focus on being the right man, possessing qualities that attract high caliber women. Because if you're fed up of attracting women that don't meet your expectations, you've got to first of all be self-aware. How are you showing up right now? If you're somebody who engages in hookup culture, every week you sleep with a new woman and you're fed up and you want to get into a relationship and you want to get married, well then you first of all have to begin by making a decision to stop engaging in hookup culture. Because when you're actively sleeping with women in a casual manner, then you're just going to attract women that are looking for that. When you say to yourself, no, going forward, I don't want to do that. I want a wife. And I don't mind not having sex on the first date. Some of you guys, you need to calm the fuck down. You'll be okay if you don't have sex for a week. You're fine. You'll be alive. You know, I always talk about sexual discipline on this channel and how important it is when it comes to a man's success. You must discipline your sexual urges. If you cannot discipline them, they will run you. You will be an absolutely savage animal who cannot contain himself. You can. The good news is you can. You can decide, you know what, no, I'm not in a rush. I want to get to know her. I want to see what she's like. I want to understand her mind, how she views life. You need to have standards, fellas. Some of you are sleeping with anything that moves. Calm down. All right, but keep it real with yourself. You can't be expecting a wife if you're out there sleeping every single week with a new person. You gotta chill the fuck out. Take a step back and ask yourself, do I possess the qualities of a good husband? Now, I know a lot of you guys here, you're not religious. You don't believe in God. Some of you do. In which case, that should dictate how you view relationships. I believe in marriage. I believe in the nuclear household, man, woman. Right? That's what I believe in. Now, if you don't believe in that, that's fine. I respect your, your opinions and the way you view life. However, I'm telling you guys to approach things a little bit differently. If you want different results, you got to approach things slightly differently. Am I the right man? Ask yourself. Am I disciplined when it comes to my sexual urge? That's one thing. Do I have my life in order? That's another thing. When I say in order, look, life is chaotic and things will go wrong at the worst possible time. But if you're a man who handles his responsibility, that's a good sign. You can't get mad at women for wanting a dude who's got his shit together. And I believe that most women, when they say that, they don't mean multi-millionaire yacht parked up somewhere in Monaco. And that's not what they mean. Some of them, maybe. But the majority just mean, you know what? As long as he's stable, he's got his own place, car, cool. I can fuck with that. And that's okay. And you shouldn't get mad at them. Well, are you going to contribute to the bills? She's not a man. She's a woman. She brings value in a different way. And you should want to take care of your woman financially anyways. It should be in you as a man to want to provide for her. We've lost that now. Now we've got guys saying, well, you have to go halves on. And this is a guy that's fully capable, by the way, of paying for everything. But he wants her to contribute because he believes that at least if she walks away, then I wouldn't have wasted this much money. You're coming from a place of scarcity. You should want to take care of her. And look, if you take care of her financially and things don't end up working out in the future and you go your separate ways, at least you can respect yourself, and you can look in the mirror and you can say, you know what, I took care of her. I took care of her, and I did everything I had to do, and it didn't work out. But you know what? That's fine. Stop operating from a place of scarcity. Some of you guys, the reason why you're repelling good women is because you're living in scarcity. You're worried about her using you, and it's always the guys with no money. I'm just going to keep it real, man. If you're saying, oh yeah, she's going to use me for my money, well, do you have money for her to use, to exploit, to take advantage of? And the answer for most guys is no. Now, if you're an ultra high net worth, or you're a guy who's doing really well for himself, then yeah, maybe that's something you have to think extra carefully about. And don't lead with your wallet. If that's you, if you're a dude who's killing it financially, don't lead with your wallet. Don't be talking about how much money you've got in the bank, because there's dudes like that. They're insecure. They feel like she's not going to like me for me, so let me talk about my achievements. Let me talk about how much I've made, my exit. Oh, I exited this company for 18 million. Well, you're planting a seed in her mind of, okay, this dude's got money, maybe I can... Fair play to these women. If they take advantage of you, it's because you're a fucking muppet. You're leading with your wallet. Don't. Lead with who you are. Your personality, your perspectives, your aura. There's so much more to you than just your bloody bank account. Right? So do you have your life in order? If you don't, well, then you're not going to have the options lined up that you want to have. Now, if you're a dude who's got his shit together, naturally, more women will pay attention to you. They will. They will. They'll be attracted to you. And how will they pay attention to you? Well, I mean, women can notice you on social media, especially if you're posting things. If you're not, well, then they'll pay attention to you in real life. You know, a guy that presents himself well, dresses well, smells good, people notice that. And also, when you start doing better for yourself, you put yourself in different environments usually. Maybe instead of living in a rundown area, you move to a nice area in the city, and you live in a tall multi-story complex with a gym inside, and you might meet someone there. Maybe the receptionist in your multi-story apartment complex is somebody that you find attractive, and she notices you, and wow, this guy's put together, he smells good, he looks good. I mean, look, you attract opportunities when you start taking care of yourself. How specifically, I can't tell you, because I don't know each and every single one of you. I don't know where you live. I don't know your situation specifically, right? And this is why I tell you guys to book a coaching call with me, so we can dive into that in more detail. If you want to book a coaching call, click on the link down below. But once you start taking care of yourself as a man, you start attracting these opportunities. Maybe you're an emotional wreck, and so that's why women aren't attracted to you. Because every time you start speaking to a girl, you talk about the past, what went wrong, how your ex took advantage of you, and you start trashing your ex, and that's not attractive, man. Do not trash your ex. Because the chances are she wasn't a bad woman. You had your differences, but in reality, a lot of guys sabotaged their last relationship through being weak, through living in scarcity. You fucked it up. Now, not in all cases, but the majority of cases that I see, you know, the majority of the reasons why the last relationship didn't work out is because the guy was too weak and needy. He wasn't leading from his true masculine core. All right, so maybe you're just too emotional. You need to calm the fuck down. And you need to stop talking about your previous failed experiences in a negative way, because you will continue to sabotage future experiences this way. So there's several components, but you have to build you. Consider yourself a project. Instead of me going out there trying to find the perfect woman, I need to build myself. Now, you'll never be perfect, so don't expect perfection from a woman, because you're not perfect. You're not. You might think you are. Well, I'm the real G, and you know, I'm the alpha. You can say what you want to say, but you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. As much as I think highly of myself, I'm certainly not perfect. I have flaws, believe it or not, right? But you've got to address those flaws. Now look, there'll never be a perfect day in the calendar where you're now fully ready. But you'll be a lot more confident in your ability to lead in a relationship when you take care of yourself better. Right? If you've just recently come out of a relationship, don't get into another relationship. Don't worry about finding a woman quickly because you're afraid of being alone. No. Be alone for a while. You've got to be okay with being by yourself before you get into a relationship. Because if you feel like you need somebody to complete you, well then the chances are you're going to fuck up the next relationship because you're going to be too needy, suffocating. You should be okay with being by yourself. I'm not telling you to be a loner and to lock yourself in your bedroom and not meet anybody. No, that's not a good thing to do either. But you should be okay with your own company. You should like your own company. Now, if somebody comes along that, you know, will make the experience a little bit nicer, then yeah, by all means, they can. But I don't want you to be in a situation where somebody comes into your great life as a single man and makes it worse. You shouldn't tolerate that either. You know, and I said this recently to a guy who was having issues meeting women and getting into a relationship. I told him, write down what it is that you want from your next relationship. Write down the characteristics that you would like in your partner. For example, supportive, dependable, kind, affectionate. You know, these are some of the basic stuff, right? And then ask yourself this question: do I possess any of those characteristics? Am I kind? Am I supportive? Am I affectionate? Now, I know men and women are different, so what we're attracted to is femininity in a woman, her being soft, you know, soft-spoken. And obviously, you know, she would look for a guy who's reliable, you know, owns his responsibilities, takes accountability, masculine traits, you know. But ask yourself, do I possess some of these characteristics that I look for in this woman? Am I kind? Am I supportive? Am I dependable? And if the answer is no, 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 well, then you're not ready to be in a relationship. Then you need to work on you. Get yourself in a better position. When you can confidently say, you know what, yeah, I believe I will be a good partner. I have flaws, but you know what? I'm a kind person. I'm emotionally stable. I'm financially stable. Because if you're absolutely broke, you shouldn't be anywhere near dating or meeting women. Nowhere near it. Because you won't enjoy it. And it's not fair on you, and it's not fair on the girl who you're going to be meeting either. Okay? So once you believe that, okay, I've ticked quite a few boxes. I feel like I'm going to be a good partner. Well, then you can start entertaining that conversation. But as you develop as a man, as you get better, you attract better women. And it's the same thing for women, by the way. When they improve themselves, they'll attract better quality men. When they stand up for themselves and they say, you know what, I don't want to tolerate this surface level bullshit anymore. I want a guy who's serious about me. And they have every right to say that. You know, some guys get pissed, you know, she doesn't want to have sex with me on the first date. Good. Why should she? You know? It's good for her to have standards for herself as well. So, instead of me sitting here telling you, oh, go and meet girls in libraries, and yeah, that's not what this video is about. I want you to focus on you, improving you. Be real with yourself. Everyone's different. Not every single person that watches my videos is in the same situation. Some of you guys are crushing it financially, but you might be overweight. Someone else might be in great shape but broke. Everybody is in a different situation. So understand where you are. Tell yourself, am I in a relatively stable place? Do I take care of myself physically? Am I progressing in my career? Do I have a job, you know, that brings me fulfillment? Okay, good. You know, what's my relationship like with my friends and family? Do I have a social life? If you don't have a social life, well, then she's going to become everything. And then you're going to suffocate her and push her away. So look, I'm not telling you guys to get into a position where you're perfect and everything is just incredible. You're a millionaire with 8 packs, you know. I'm not telling you to wait until you get to that point. No, you can still meet a great woman and still not really be sure on where you want to be career-wise. That's okay. You'll figure it out. And if she's a good woman, she'll be supportive and she might give you ideas, right? But focus on becoming the right man. Instead of focusing on the nitty-gritty stuff and what do I say when I see her? You know, what pickup line should I use? You know, so many guys focus on the dumb shit. You know, Now look, the way I see it is, look, you're going to meet women everywhere you go. When you're out doing things that you want to do, a woman might catch your interest. Oh, she's very beautiful. She's sat there reading a book. I might go and say hi. And you should be completely fine with rejection. I always talk about this. If you approach her and you say, hey, I think you're beautiful and everything, she says, I've got a boyfriend, whatever, shuts you down, fine. Not a problem at all. Walk away with a smile. You don't have to be petty with it. You don't have to insult her. No. You know? So you're going to meet women everywhere you go. You're going to see them. Nothing wrong with shooting your shot and seeing what she says. If she's receptive, she'll be smiling at you and, you know, willing to talk further, and she might ask you some questions, and then from there she'll be like, hey, let's grab some coffee sometime. You know, what are you doing Saturday? Or, hey, I'll text you, you know. So, look, women are everywhere. There's no shortage of women. However, you need to focus on becoming the right man in order to attract the right woman. Write down what you want from your next relationship and ask yourself, am I in a position to give? Because a relationship is a place you go to give. It's not a place you go to take. Well, she's got to be this, she's got to be that, she's got to be... No, hold your horses. You're going to go into the relationship to give, and she's also going to go into the relationship to give. You make your lives better. But in order for you to give, you must take care of you first. Jim Rohn said it best. I will take care of me for you as long as you take care of you for me. She should be happy in her life before she meets you. And you should be happy with your life before you meet her. So you come together and you share happiness, you share love and affection. Now, if you're miserable when you're single and she's miserable when she's single, that's a recipe for disaster, because you're both going to expect to make each other happy, which is not healthy. If she has no friends and you have no friends, you're just going to suffocate each other. You will. And look, you know, you don't know in which order things are going to work out. It might be the first girl that you end up speaking to that you like and you notice her personality is great. It might be the third or fourth girl. Don't worry about when, you know. Don't worry about when. As long as you're improving, you're taking care of yourself, you're enjoying your life as a single man, you're meeting your friends, you're hitting the gym, that's all that matters. It will happen when it happens. Tell yourself that. Don't be agitated. Oh, I need a girl. My friends are getting married, Ali. Relax. Hold your horses. You'll be okay. The right woman is out there. Okay? And when you see her, approach her. I'm not telling you guys to be passive and sit down and wait for her to be like, yo, you're so pretty, man. You know, that's not how women are. But take care of you when you put yourself in a good position and you feel good about your life and you feel like you'll contribute nicely to the relationship, and then you see a girl that catches your eye one day, speak to her and see where things go. All right? Hopefully this video has helped you guys. If it has, make sure you give it a like. Let me know what you think down below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next one.